What if the key to true happiness has been hiding in plain sight for over 2,000 years? Imagine navigating life's chaos with unwavering calm, handling setbacks with grace, and finding joy not in what you lack, but in what you already have. This isn't some unattainable ideal, it's a way of living shaped by an ancient philosophy called Stoicism. Stoicism isn't about escaping life's challenges or suppressing emotions, it's about mastering them. It teaches us how to focus on what truly matters, stay grounded in the present, and build a life defined by inner peace and fulfillment. Today, we'll uncover 20 timeless Stoic practices that can help you live a happier, more resilient life. Practices you can start applying right now. Whether you're seeking clarity, strength, or a fresh perspective, there's something here for everyone. So, let's explore how this ancient wisdom can transform your modern life. Now turning to the first practice, we explore the transformative concept of embracing what you can control. At the heart of Stoicism lies the dichotomy of control, a principle that draws a clear line between what is within our power and what is not. Your thoughts, your actions, your responses, these belong entirely to you. External circumstances, such as the opinions of others, unexpected delays, or even the weather, are outside your influence. Rather than wasting energy on things you can't change, Stoicism encourages us to shift our focus to what we can. For instance, instead of stressing over a rainy day, prepare by bringing an umbrella. This shift in mindset can release you from unnecessary frustration and help build resilience. Think about it, every moment spent worrying about something beyond your control is a moment lost. But when you center your energy on your own choices and attitudes, you regain a sense of freedom and clarity. This practice is simple yet profound, teaching us to navigate life's uncertainties with a calm and steady heart. Moving forward, the second practice revolves around the timeless wisdom of practicing gratitude. For the Stoics, gratitude was not just a fleeting feeling but a deliberate way of viewing the world. They believed that true happiness stems from appreciating what you already have, rather than constantly yearning for what you don't. By shifting your focus to the abundance already present in your life, you cultivate a mindset of contentment and peace. Imagine pausing for a moment and considering the small joys that fill your day, a caring word from a friend, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, or even a quiet moment to yourself. These are the treasures that often go unnoticed but hold immense value. To bring this practice into your daily life, consider creating a gratitude list. At the end of each day, jot down 3 things you are thankful for. They can be simple, like a good meal or a kind gesture, or profound, like the support of loved ones. Over time, this habit trains your mind to seek and savor the positives in your life. By embracing gratitude, you not only find greater fulfillment but also build resilience to life's challenges, as you're anchored by a deep sense of appreciation. It is a simple yet powerful practice that nurtures happiness from within. Now turning to the third practice, we explore the concept of negative visualization, a profound yet often misunderstood Stoic technique. At its core, it involves imagining the loss of what you hold dear, not to foster fear or sadness, but to deepen your appreciation for it. The Stoics believed that by contemplating the impermanence of life, we can more fully cherish the present moment. This is not about pessimism, but about heightening gratitude and building mental resilience for life's inevitable challenges. Picture, for instance, a day without your loved ones, your health, or even something as simple as your morning coffee. Envisioning these scenarios, no matter how briefly, shifts your perspective, helping you see just how valuable these aspects of your life truly are. By doing this, you train your mind to value what you have right now rather than taking it for granted. To incorporate this practice into your daily routine, you could set aside a few minutes each day to reflect on what life would feel like without one specific thing or person you cherish. This doesn't mean dwelling in negativity. It's about acknowledging life's fragility and appreciating its fleeting beauty. Over time, this practice fosters resilience by mentally preparing you for potential losses while simultaneously enriching your sense of gratitude for the present. In this way, negative visualization becomes a powerful tool to create a deeper connection to your life and the people and experiences that make it meaningful. Now turning to the fourth practice, we delve into the Stoic belief in focusing on virtue as the highest good, the cornerstone of their philosophy. To the Stoics, virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance were not merely abstract ideals but practical guides to living a fulfilling life. They believed that true happiness comes not from external rewards like fame, wealth, or material possessions, but from aligning your actions with these virtues. For example, wisdom enables you to make thoughtful decisions and navigate life's complexities with clarity. Courage empowers you to face challenges or fears with strength and confidence. Justice prompts you to treat others fairly and with integrity, while temperance encourages balance and self-control in a world often filled with excess and temptation. The Stoics recognized the impermanence and unpredictability of external successes. Fame can fade, wealth can be lost, and possessions can break or become obsolete. By focusing on virtue, however, you build an internal foundation of character that no external force can take away. Imagine a scenario where two people face a significant setback, such as losing a job. The one who has built their life around external validation may feel devastated and directionless. Meanwhile, the individual who has cultivated virtues like resilience, wisdom, and self-control can handle the challenge with grace, using it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Focusing on virtue also serves as a moral compass, helping you navigate ethical dilemmas and make choices that align with your values. To practice this daily, you might reflect on situations where you can demonstrate courage or justice, or consciously exercise temperance when faced with temptation. By prioritizing virtue over fleeting external rewards, you create a life rooted in purpose and inner peace, one that remains steady amidst the uncertainties of the world. Moving forward, we come to the fifth practice, voluntary discomfort. This Stoic exercise involves intentionally exposing yourself to controlled hardships such as fasting, enduring cold showers, or refraining from certain luxuries. While these actions may seem unnecessary at first, they serve a profound purpose. By stepping outside your comfort zone, you not only build mental and physical resilience but also redefine your relationship with comfort itself. For example, fasting occasionally makes you more aware of your dependence on food and helps you realize that you can endure hunger without panic or despair. Similarly, taking a cold shower trains your mind to face discomfort calmly, transforming something unpleasant into an opportunity for growth. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, advocated for practicing poverty by temporarily living with less in order to remind oneself of what is truly needed to survive. This approach builds gratitude for what you have and reduces your fear of losing material possessions. When you willingly embrace discomfort, you inoculate yourself against the unpredictable hardships that life inevitably throws your way. Imagine the difference between someone who has never faced discomfort and someone who has made deliberate efforts to strengthen their tolerance. The latter will approach unexpected challenges with far greater composure and strength. Voluntary discomfort also cultivates appreciation for the comforts you already enjoy. A warm meal feels more satisfying after enduring hunger, and a hot shower becomes a luxury after experiencing cold water. This simple but powerful practice shifts your mindset from taking things for granted to cherishing the blessings in your life. To start, you can choose a small challenge, such as taking a brisk walk on a chilly day without a heavy coat or skipping your favorite indulgence for a week. These small steps can lead to greater confidence in handling life's uncertainties and a deeper sense of gratitude for everyday comforts. By incorporating voluntary discomfort into your routine, you build resilience, reduce dependency on external comforts, and develop a stoic strength of character that thrives even in tough times. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we arrive at the sixth practice, Amor Fati, or the love of fate. This Stoic principle encourages you to not only accept but actively embrace everything that happens in your life as necessary and beneficial. Instead of resisting or resenting challenges, Amor Fati invites you to view them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Imagine facing a difficult situation, such as losing a job or encountering a major setback. While it's natural to feel frustration or disappointment, Amor Fati teaches you to shift your perspective. What lessons can this experience offer? How can it strengthen your character? By reframing obstacles as stepping stones, you transform what might initially seem negative into something constructive and meaningful. This mindset can reduce feelings of helplessness and foster resilience, making life's hardships less daunting. For example, consider the story of Thomas Edison, who famously remarked after losing his laboratory to a fire, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison embodied Amor Fati by using adversity as a catalyst for creativity and innovation. The Stoics believed that everything in life, whether joyful or challenging, happens for a reason and has a role to play in shaping who we are. They saw fate as neither good nor bad in itself, but as a thread in the larger tapestry of life. By embracing fate, you stop wasting energy on resistance and instead channel it toward meaningful actions within your control. To apply Amor Fati in your own life, start small by practicing acceptance in everyday frustrations. If you are stuck in traffic, rather than succumbing to anger, use the time for reflection or gratitude. When plans fall through, view the change as an opportunity for spontaneity or rest instead of disappointment. Over time, this mindset helps you build a more harmonious relationship with life, where you no longer fight against reality but flow with it. By loving your fate, you align yourself with life's natural order, finding peace and purpose even in the most unexpected places. As the next chapter unfolds, we arrive at the seventh practice, Memento Mori, or the reflection on mortality. At first, this idea may seem unsettling, but for the Stoics, it was a profound tool to remind us of life's fleeting nature and to inspire us to live with purpose and intention. By contemplating death, we sharpen our focus on what truly matters and free ourselves from trivial worries. Imagine how often we get caught up in the rush of daily life, consumed by stress over minor inconveniences or fleeting ambitions. Reflecting on mortality encourages us to pause and ask deeper questions. Are we spending our time on what brings us genuine fulfillment? Are we nurturing our most important relationships? For example, consider a simple exercise practiced by Stoics like Marcus Aurelius. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on its impermanence. Think about how this day, once gone, can never be relived. Such a habit not only enriches our appreciation for the present, but also nudges us to make choices aligned with our values before time slips away. Another practical way to embrace memento mori is by keeping a small object that symbolizes our mortality, such as a skull-shaped trinket or even a simple stone. Each time you see it, let it be a gentle reminder of life's transience and the opportunity to make the most of the moment at hand. For instance, imagine being frustrated by an argument with a coworker or a delayed flight. A quick glance at your memento mori object could instantly shift your perspective, helping you see the insignificance of the issue in the grand scheme of life and encouraging you to let go of irritation. Historical figures like Roman generals would even hold triumphant parades where a servant whispered in their ear, "Remember, you too are mortal," a practice meant to keep them grounded and humble despite their successes. By integrating memento mori into your daily life, you create a deeper awareness of time's value. This is not about fostering fear or sadness, but about motivating yourself to live fully, authentically, and with purpose. With this perspective, even life's most ordinary moments gain a sense of urgency and wonder. Moving forward, let us explore another transformative Stoic practice that involves self-reflection and personal growth. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we arrive at the eighth practice, journaling. For the Stoics, journaling was far more than a simple record of daily events. It was a profound tool for self-reflection, a quiet moment to examine thoughts, actions, and feelings with honesty and clarity. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius used this practice to hold themselves accountable and align their lives with their values. His personal writings, later compiled into what we know as meditations, are a testament to the power of reflecting inward. Journaling allows us to pause and ask, what did I do well today? Where did I fall short? How can I improve tomorrow? By dedicating just a few moments each day to this practice, we not only grow in self-awareness but also gain insight into patterns that might be holding us back. Consider starting small. Each evening, write down 3 things: 1 positive action you took, 1 mistake or area for improvement, and 1 intention for the next day. This structured approach keeps the exercise simple yet impactful. For example, you might reflect on how you handled a difficult conversation. Did you approach it with patience and kindness, or could you have taken a more measured response? Over time, these small reflections build a greater sense of personal responsibility and growth. Another way to journal in the spirit of Stoicism is to focus on virtues such as courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom. Reflect on how you embodied these traits in your day-to-day life. Did you make courageous decisions? Were you fair and kind in your interactions? This type of journaling keeps you connected to the Stoic ideals and allows you to nurture a more virtuous character step by step. The beauty of journaling is that it's not about perfection but progress. It's a private dialogue with yourself, free from judgment, where you can dream, question, and strive to become the best version of yourself. By making journaling a habit, you create a space to grow more intentional in your choices and actions, keeping you grounded in your values regardless of the chaos around you. Now turning to our next practice, let us explore the importance of maintaining emotional balance and avoiding extremes. Now turning to our next practice, let us explore the importance of maintaining emotional balance and avoiding extremes. In Stoic philosophy, true strength lies not in being unmoved by life, but in responding to it with measured calmness. The Stoics believed that emotions themselves are not the enemy. It's our unchecked reactions to them that can throw us off balance. They reminded us to neither become overly elated by success nor devastated by failure, as both extremes can cloud judgment and hinder growth. Instead, the key is equanimity, a composed and steady mind that navigates life's ups and downs with grace. But how can we incorporate this into our daily lives? One simple approach is the practice of pausing. When faced with a strong emotion, whether anger, fear, or excitement, take a moment to breathe deeply and step back mentally. Ask yourself, what exactly am I feeling and why? Is this reaction helpful or harmful? This brief pause allows you to observe your emotions objectively rather than being swept away by them. Another method is to reframe your perspective. For example, if a colleague criticizes your work, instead of immediately feeling defensive or upset, view the situation as a learning opportunity. Criticism, whether fair or not, often holds a pathway for growth if we approach it with humility and curiosity. Similarly, when something wonderful happens, like receiving a promotion or achieving a personal goal, the Stoics would encourage celebrating modestly and remembering that external achievements are fleeting. This doesn't mean suppressing joy or pride, but grounding it with the understanding that life's true fulfillment comes from within, not from external validation. By practicing these approaches, we train ourselves to act rather than react, maintaining a calm and steady demeanor regardless of what life throws at us. Over time, avoiding emotional extremes becomes second nature, helping us make wiser decisions and live with greater inner peace. With this practice in mind, let us now move forward and delve into the Stoic habit of seeking wisdom daily. Now turning to the importance of seeking wisdom daily, This practice lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that the pursuit of wisdom is not a luxury but a necessity for living a fulfilled and virtuous life. Wisdom to them was about understanding ourselves, the world, and how we fit into it, and this understanding comes through continuous learning and self-reflection. So how can we incorporate this practice into our daily lives? One simple yet powerful way is to dedicate even a few minutes each day to reading. Whether it's a passage from a Stoic text like Marcus Aurelius' Meditations or a modern interpretation of ancient philosophy, reading nourishes the mind and challenges us to grow. Another method is engaging in self-reflection. Take time at the end of the day to ask yourself questions like, what did I learn today? Did I act with virtue? How could I have handled certain situations better? This habit not only deepens self-awareness but also reinforces our commitment to personal growth. Learning from others is equally essential. Seek mentors, whether in person or through the wisdom shared in books, podcasts, or videos. The Stoics often emphasize the value of surrounding oneself with those who inspire and challenge us to become better versions of ourselves. Even a simple conversation with someone you admire can spark profound insights. Remember, the process of gaining wisdom is not about perfection or instant results. It's a slow, ongoing journey that shapes the way we think, act, and perceive the world. By making the pursuit of wisdom a daily habit, we align ourselves with the Stoic ideal of living a thoughtful, examined life. And as we cultivate this practice, we not only improve ourselves but also contribute to the well-being of those around us through our actions and choices. With this powerful habit in mind, let us now move forward to explore how the Stoics viewed challenges as opportunities for growth. Moving forward, let us take a deeper dive into how the Stoics actively pursued wisdom, drawing from the teachings of Seneca, Epictetus, and others who shaped this philosophy. Seneca's letters, for instance, are a treasure trove of practical advice. In his writings, he often reflected on the importance of time, urging us to use it wisely and not squander it on trivial pursuits. He said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This simple yet profound statement pushes us to evaluate how we spend our days and whether our actions align with our values. Similarly, Epictetus, in his discourses, emphasized the power of focusing on what is within our control. He taught that real wisdom comes from understanding our limitations and mastering our reactions to external events. This practical guidance encourages us to take responsibility for our thoughts and behaviors, rather than being at the mercy of circumstances. For those looking to engage with Stoic wisdom in modern times, several resources bring these ancient ideas into today's context. Books like Ryan Holiday's *The Daily Stoic* offer bite-sized Stoic teachings for each day of the year, making it easier to reflect on and apply these lessons in your everyday life. Podcasts and online communities also provide a platform for discussing and deepening this practice, connecting you with others who are on a similar journey. You can even explore journaling techniques inspired by Marcus Aurelius, whose personal reflections in Meditations serve as a remarkable example of turning inward to build wisdom. By immersing ourselves in both classical texts and their modern interpretations, we anchor the pursuit of wisdom in our daily routines. This isn't about memorizing quotes or becoming a scholar of the texts. Rather, it's about internalizing these principles and allowing them to guide our thoughts and actions. Through consistent engagement with Stoic teachings, we develop a clearer understanding of ourselves and the world, equipping us to handle life's challenges with grace and insight. Now, as we continue, let us delve into how the Stoics viewed difficulties not as obstacles but as stepping stones for growth. With the next phase of the journey in sight, let us explore how the Stoics transformed challenges into opportunities for growth. At the heart of this idea lies a powerful insight from Marcus Aurelius, who wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This timeless wisdom invites us to view adversity not as a hindrance but as a chance to strengthen ourselves. Imagine facing a difficult situation at work. Perhaps a project is unexpectedly delayed or a colleague lets you down. Instead of succumbing to frustration, the Stoic approach would encourage you to ask, "What can I learn here? How can this make me better?" By shifting your focus from the problem to the opportunity, you reclaim control over the narrative and use the experience to build resilience. The Stoics believed that every obstacle holds a hidden lesson or the potential for growth, whether it is patience, creativity, or humility. Challenges, they argued, are not roadblocks but detours that guide us toward our higher selves. For instance, Epictetus taught that hardships reveal our character, much like how fire tests the strength of a piece of steel. When faced with difficulties, we have the choice to become bitter or better. The key is to see these moments as essential elements of the human experience, shaping us into more capable and virtuous individuals. This mindset does not erase discomfort or struggle. Instead, it redefines their purpose. Think about a time you overcame a significant personal challenge. How did it change you? Perhaps it helped you become more patient, empathetic, or resourceful. That transformation is precisely what the Stoics meant by turning obstacles into opportunities. As we cultivate this perspective, it becomes easier to embrace life's difficulties as necessary steps on the path to self-improvement. By doing so, we not only grow stronger but also develop a sense of gratitude for the challenges that shape us. Moving forward, let us now focus on the discipline of self-control and how mastering our impulses can lead to true freedom and fulfillment. Now turning to the principle of self-discipline, the Stoics believed that true freedom comes from mastering our desires and impulses. In their view, letting our passions control us is akin to being enslaved by them. Instead, they urge the importance of self-control as a path to inner peace and fulfillment. Imagine this: you come home after a long day, and the temptation to binge-watch television or endlessly scroll through social media feels overwhelming. While these habits may provide fleeting comfort, the Stoic approach would encourage us to pause and ask, "Is this truly serving me? Does this align with who I want to become?" By consciously setting boundaries, whether that means limiting screen time, curbing unnecessary spending, or moderating indulgences like junk food, we regain control over our lives. Self-discipline does not mean deprivation. Rather, it is about creating space for what truly matters: our goals, values, and personal growth. Seneca reminded us that indulgence often leads to dissatisfaction, while moderation brings lasting contentment. Think of moderation as a practice of choosing quality over quantity, focus over distraction. For example, setting aside 30 minutes daily to learn a new skill or reflect on your actions can yield profound benefits over time. Like a muscle, self-discipline strengthens with consistent effort. Begin with small, achievable steps, such as saying no to one unnecessary purchase this week or committing to one focused hour of productivity each day. Over time, these seemingly minor actions build a foundation of character and resilience. As Epictetus taught, no person is free who is not master of themselves. By practicing self-discipline, we liberate ourselves from the grip of external influences and live with greater intention. Up next, we will explore the power of mindfulness and how cultivating a presence in the moment leads to a richer and more meaningful life. Moving forward, let us delve into the transformative practice of being present in the moment. The Stoics held mindfulness as a cornerstone of living a meaningful life, emphasizing that the present is the only time we truly possess. Dwelling on the past or worrying about the future not only robs us of joy but also diminishes our ability to act effectively in the now. Imagine this: you are enjoying a meal, but instead of savoring the flavors or appreciating the company around you, your mind is occupied with a past mistake or an upcoming deadline. The Stoic approach would urge us to consciously anchor ourselves to the present, fully embracing the moment we are in. One practical way to cultivate this mindfulness is by tuning into your senses. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of your food. Notice the warmth of the sun on your skin during a walk or the sound of birds in the distance. Such small acts of awareness ground us in the present and heighten our appreciation of life's simple pleasures. Another technique is grounding exercises, particularly useful during moments of stress or distraction. Try this. Take a deep breath and silently name 3 things you can see, hear, and feel in your immediate surroundings. This simple practice nudges your mind away from distractions and back to the here and now. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, often reminded himself to focus on what is in front of him, acting with intention and clarity. Following his wisdom, we can ask ourselves throughout the day, what is my role in this moment? How can I act virtuously right now? By engaging fully with the present, we not only reduce anxiety but also deepen our experience of life. Presence brings clarity, peace, and a profound connection to the world around us. Up next, we will explore the Stoic emphasis on kindness and justice, and how treating others with empathy and fairness creates a harmonious and fulfilling life. Now turning to the next transformative practice, let us embrace the Stoic emphasis on kindness and justice. The Stoics believed that as social beings, we are naturally interconnected and thrive when we act with empathy and fairness toward one another. Kindness is not just a moral choice but a rational one, as it strengthens relationships and fosters a sense of harmony in our communities. Imagine encountering someone who is having a difficult day. Instead of judging or reacting with frustration, the Stoic approach advises us to pause and respond with understanding. A kind word, a helping hand, or even a simple smile can create a ripple effect, uplifting both the giver and the receiver. Justice, on the other hand, calls us to treat others with fairness and integrity, ensuring we honor their dignity and worth. When faced with conflicts, the Stoic method of resolution is rooted in calm communication. Begin by listening actively, seeking to understand the other person's perspective before asserting your own. This approach not only diffuses tension but also opens the door for mutual respect and compromise. A practical way to integrate kindness into daily life is to intentionally perform small acts of goodwill without expecting anything in return. Offer your seat to someone on a bus, hold the door open for a stranger, or take a moment to thank a colleague for their efforts. These seemingly simple gestures embody the Stoic ideal of contributing positively to the human experience. To practice justice, reflect at the end of each day by asking yourself whether your actions were fair and whether you upheld the principles of honesty and integrity. By consistently aligning with these values, we fulfill our role as cooperative members of the human family, fostering a world where kindness and fairness prevail. Now, as we turn the page, let us delve into the empowering Stoic principle of humility and discover how embracing our limitations can lead us to greater wisdom and growth. Now turning to the profound Stoic principle of humility, we explore how understanding our place in the universe and embracing our limitations can lead to true wisdom. The Stoics viewed humility as a cornerstone of a virtuous life, reminding us that no matter our achievements, we are but a small part of a vast and intricate whole. Even Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful emperors in history, frequently reflected on his own insignificance within the grander scheme of things. Despite his unrivaled authority, he would remind himself that he was just a human being subject to the same natural laws as everyone else. By acknowledging this, he was able to lead with compassion and focus on serving the greater good rather than being consumed by pride. Humility opens the door to growth by allowing us to accept feedback, learn from others, and recognize that we do not have all the answers. Imagine being in a heated discussion where emotions run high. A Stoic approach would urge us to pause, take a step back, and ask ourselves, could the other person have a valid point? This willingness to listen and learn not only fosters personal growth but also strengthens our relationships. A practical way to cultivate humility is to reflect on the vastness of the universe. perhaps by gazing at the stars on a clear night or considering the countless generations that have come before us. Such moments remind us how fleeting our existence is and how much we still have to learn. Another method is to practice gratitude for the contributions of others in our lives, acknowledging that our successes are often supported by a network of people who inspire, guide, or assist us. By reducing our ego and embracing humility, we free ourselves from unnecessary conflicts and open our minds to endless possibilities for learning and self-improvement. As we continue our journey, let us now turn to the next empowering Stoic practice, detaching from external validation and discovering the freedom that comes from looking inward for true contentment. Now turning to the liberating Stoic practice of detaching from external validation, we uncover how true freedom lies in shifting our focus inward rather than seeking approval from others. The Stoics taught that placing too much weight on the opinions of those around us can trap us in a cycle of dependence, where our happiness rises and falls based on external praise or criticism. Instead, they encouraged cultivating inner satisfaction by aligning our actions with our values and principles. Imagine this: you put your heart into a project at work, but your efforts go unnoticed by your colleagues or supervisor. In moments like these, it's tempting to feel frustrated or undervalued. However, a Stoic perspective reminds us to ask ourselves, did I give my best? Was my work honest and aligned with my standards of excellence? If the answer is yes, then that is enough. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote about focusing on doing the right thing for its own sake, not for recognition. By learning to detach from the need for external validation, we not only reclaim control over our emotions but also strengthen our sense of self-worth. A helpful way to practice this is to reflect on your own motivations before taking action. Ask yourself, am I doing this to gain approval or because it is meaningful to me? Another method is to practice accepting constructive feedback with grace while letting go of unhelpful criticism. For example, if someone offers well-meaning advice, embrace it as an opportunity to grow. But if the feedback is harsh or unwarranted, recognize that it's a reflection of the other person's perspective, not a measure of your worth. By anchoring your self-esteem in your own actions and values rather than the shifting tides of public opinion, you free yourself from the exhausting need to constantly please others. This inner freedom allows you to live authentically with confidence and clarity. As we journey deeper into Stoic wisdom, let us now explore how meditating on the natural world can bring us serenity and a profound sense of connection. Now turning to the timeless Stoic practice of meditating on nature, we uncover a pathway to serenity and a deeper understanding of our place in the universe. The Stoics believed that observing the natural world allowed us to align ourselves with its order and harmony, offering peace amidst the chaos of daily life. Picture this: a quiet walk through a forest, the rustling leaves above, and the rhythmic crunch of the earth beneath your feet. In moments like these, the vastness of nature reminds us of the interconnectedness of all things, helping us put our personal struggles into perspective. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about finding solace in the logic and beauty of nature, urging us to reflect on its cycles: how the sun rises and sets without fail, how the seasons flow seamlessly one into the next. By meditating on these patterns, we realize that everything has its time and place, including our own hardships. You can practice this in your daily life by intentionally spending time in nature. Whether it's sitting by a river, gazing at the stars, or simply admiring a flower, use these moments to ground yourself. Reflect on questions like, what lessons can I learn from nature's patience and resilience? How can I adopt its steady rhythm in my own life? Another approach is to meditate on your connection to the greater whole. For example, the air you breathe is the same air that sustains every living being, weaving us all into a single, shared existence. This realization fosters a sense of awe and humility, reminding us that while our individual experiences are meaningful, we are also part of something infinitely larger. By embracing this practice, we cultivate a tranquility that stems not from escaping life's challenges, but from understanding them through nature's wisdom. As we continue this journey through Stoic principles, let us now embrace the power of silence and reflection as tools for clarity and self-mastery. Now turning to the vital Stoic practice of embracing silence, we uncover a tool that not only sharpens clarity but also cultivates inner peace. The Stoics believed that silence was not merely the absence of noise but an active state of reflection and awareness. By stepping away from the chatter of daily life, we create space to observe our thoughts, refine our judgments, and respond with intention rather than impulse. Picture this in your own life, a moment when you pause before reacting to a heated situation, using silence as a shield against unnecessary conflict. Seneca, one of the great Stoic thinkers, taught that silence allows us to regain control over our emotions, reminding us that not every provocation deserves a reaction. Incorporating this into daily life can be simple yet transformative. Begin by carving out small moments of silence each day. This could mean starting your morning with a few quiet minutes to reflect on the day ahead, or ending your evening with a moment of stillness to process your experiences. Even during a hectic workday, finding brief respites like stepping outside for a quiet breath or turning off all distractions for a few minutes can bring immense clarity. Silence also helps foster better communication. By listening more and speaking less, we can truly hear others, understand their perspectives, and respond with greater wisdom. This practice doesn't require dramatic changes. It thrives in the small, intentional pauses that we can sprinkle throughout our day. As you practice silence, consider asking yourself, what thoughts arise in this stillness? How can I carry this sense of calm into my interactions with others? By embracing silence, we not only reduce inner and outer conflict, but also strengthen our ability to navigate life with a composed and thoughtful mindset. With this powerful practice anchoring our journey, let us now move forward to explore how gracefully embracing criticism can deepen our resilience and growth. Now turning to the practice of accepting criticism gracefully, we delve into a cornerstone of Stoic resilience and self-improvement. The Stoics understood that criticism, whether fair or unjust, holds the potential for growth when approached with an open and reflective mindset. Instead of viewing it as a personal attack, they saw it as an opportunity to uncover blind spots, refine their actions, and strengthen their character. Imagine hearing feedback at work or from a loved one. It's easy to feel defensive or hurt. Yet, by approaching criticism calmly and without immediate judgment, we can pause and ask ourselves, is there truth in what's being said? What can I learn from this perspective? Seneca advised that we should welcome criticism from those who aim to help us grow while disregarding the sting of baseless negativity. To apply this in today's world, start by listening attentively when someone offers feedback. Avoid interrupting or reacting impulsively, as this only blinds us to the potential insights being shared. Instead, take a breath and genuinely consider the content of their words. If the criticism is constructive, use it as a guide to adapt and improve. For instance, a colleague pointing out a weakness might help you identify areas to strengthen, leading to greater success in the future. On the other hand, unhelpful negativity often reflects more about the critic than about you. In such cases, practice detachment by acknowledging the remark without internalizing it. Remind yourself that your worth is not determined by others' opinions, but by your own values and efforts. A helpful way to integrate this practice is to seek feedback intentionally. Ask trusted friends or mentors for honest input, signaling your openness to grow and learn. This not only builds confidence but also fosters deeper connections with those who see your commitment to self-improvement. As you reflect on criticism, consider asking yourself, what can I take from this to become a better version of myself? By embracing criticism gracefully, we can transform moments of discomfort into powerful catalysts for personal and emotional growth. With this practice enriching our journey, let us now move forward to uncover how keeping life's broader perspective can bring profound clarity and peace. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we arrive at the final Stoic practice, remembering the big picture. At the heart of Stoicism lies the understanding that we are a small part of a vast and ever-changing universe. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the insignificance of human troubles when compared to the grand scale of time and nature. By adopting this perspective, life's adversities become less overwhelming, and we gain the ability to approach challenges with calm and acceptance. Think about the frustrations or setbacks you faced recently. Perhaps a work deadline was missed or an argument with a family member left you upset. In the heat of the moment, these issues can feel all-consuming. But when viewed through the lens of the big picture, they lose their weight. Ask yourself, will this matter in a year, 5 years, or even a decade from now? This shift in perspective is powerful. It reminds us that most of our worries are fleeting and that focusing on what truly matters, like our values and relationships, can liberate us from unnecessary stress. The Stoics also believed that seeing oneself as part of a greater whole encourages harmony with others and the world around us. When we remember that everyone is navigating their own struggles within this shared existence, it fosters empathy and reduces conflict. To practice keeping the big picture in mind, make a habit of reflecting on the vastness of life whenever you feel overwhelmed. Spend time observing the stars, contemplating nature, or even rereading passages from Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. These moments of reflection provide clarity, helping you prioritize what aligns with your core values instead of getting caught up in the noise of daily life. By embracing this practice, you can cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience, no matter what life throws your way. As we conclude this journey through Stoicism, reflect on how each practice we've explored, from focusing on what you can control to remembering the big picture, can guide you toward a happier, more fulfilling life. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we step deeper into applying the big picture perspective in everyday decisions. Imagine you're faced with a tempting but impulsive choice, like spending money on something you don't truly need or skipping an important task in favor of fleeting entertainment. In moments like these, pausing to consider the broader impact of your actions can serve as a guide. Ask yourself, does this decision align with the person I want to become? Will it contribute to the goals and values that matter most to me? For example, choosing to save money for future security instead of indulging in short-term desires reflects a commitment to long-term priorities. Or opting to invest time in nurturing relationships, even when it feels inconvenient, shows a deeper understanding of what truly lasts in life. Another way to practice this is by setting aside time to clarify your core values and long-term aspirations. Write down what you truly want to achieve, who you want to be, and how you want to contribute to the world. Then, when decisions arise, return to this list as a compass to help you stay on track. Additionally, applying the big picture perspective can transform the way you handle setbacks. When something doesn't go as planned, instead of reacting emotionally, zoom out and view the situation as part of a larger journey. This not only helps you stay calm, but also encourages you to seek lessons and growth opportunities within the challenge. Daily habits can also reflect this mindset. For instance, committing to a consistent routine of exercise or learning a new skill might not yield instant results, but over time, these efforts compound into significant achievements. By consciously choosing actions that align with your long-term values, you can navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. This practice empowers you to rise above distractions, make meaningful choices, and find fulfillment in the pursuit of what truly matters. Now turning to the practice of negative visualization in modern life, let's explore how this ancient Stoic technique can be applied to today's challenges. At its core, negative visualization is about imagining potential losses or difficulties to better prepare ourselves emotionally and to appreciate what we already have. In today's fast-paced world, one significant area where this can be incredibly impactful is in career challenges. For example, picture a scenario where you lose your job or miss out on a major career opportunity. By mentally rehearsing this possibility, you're not hoping for it to happen, but rather training your mind to remain calm and resilient if it does. This exercise also encourages you to recognize the value of your current role and take proactive steps to improve or secure it, such as building new skills or strengthening your professional network. Another modern context where negative visualization can be transformative is in our dependence on technology. Take a moment to imagine a day without your phone, internet, or access to the conveniences you usually rely on. How would you adapt? What could you do instead? Reflecting on this can help you notice the ways technology has subtly taken over certain parts of your life. It may even inspire you to set boundaries, like taking intentional tech-free moments to reconnect with the present or the people around you. Negative visualization can also be applied to relationships. Consider the possibility of losing touch with a close friend or family member. This practice doesn't aim to create fear, but to encourage gratitude for their presence and perhaps inspire you to make an extra effort to nurture your connection with them today. The idea is not to dwell on worst-case scenarios, but to use them as mental exercises to deepen your appreciation for what you have and to build emotional resilience for whatever may come. When practiced regularly, negative visualization can unlock a profound sense of gratitude and a stronger ability to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and clarity. Moving forward to advanced journaling strategies, let's dive deeper into how you can elevate this reflective practice to uncover its full potential. One powerful approach is writing letters to yourself. This could be a message of encouragement to your future self, reminding you of your goals and values, or even a letter of accountability to reflect on areas where you've fallen short. By addressing yourself directly, you create a conversation that fosters self-awareness and motivates personal growth. Another enriching technique is dedicating a section of your journal to reflect on the virtues you practiced during the day. Did you demonstrate courage by speaking up when it was difficult? Did you show kindness to someone in need? By actively noting these moments, you reinforce your commitment to living a virtuous life while recognizing the progress you're making. Equally transformative is the act of setting intentions for the next day. Before you close your journal at night, write down a few focused goals or principles you want to embody the following day. This could be as simple as committing to patience during a challenging conversation or showing gratitude in small, thoughtful ways. Setting these intentions allows you to approach tomorrow with clarity and purpose, aligning your actions with the kind of person you aspire to be. For those looking to explore deeper themes, you might consider journaling about hypothetical situations or philosophical questions. For instance, how would you respond if faced with a moral dilemma, or what does happiness truly mean to you? Reflecting on such topics not only broadens your perspective, but also strengthens your ability to approach life's complexities with wisdom and confidence. Consistency is key to experiencing the benefits of these strategies. Whether it's a few minutes in the morning or before bed, carving out regular time for journaling will cultivate mindfulness and self-awareness over time. This practice becomes not just a record of your thoughts, but a tool for intentional and reflective living. Now turning to handling criticism in digital spaces, let's explore how Stoic principles can guide us in navigating online interactions with grace and composure. In today's connected world, encountering criticism or even personal attacks online is almost inevitable. The Stoics remind us that while we cannot control the opinions or behavior of others, we can control how we respond. When faced with negativity, pause and ask yourself, is this feedback constructive or just noise? If it's constructive, use it as an opportunity to reflect and improve. Criticism, when approached with humility, can often reveal blind spots we might have overlooked. On the other hand, if the comment is unkind or purely meant to provoke, take a moment to separate your emotions from the situation. Remember Marcus Aurelius' insight: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Instead of reacting impulsively, choose not to give power to the words of someone who does not understand your true value or intentions. Consider the source of the criticism and whether their perspective is grounded in genuine understanding. One practical approach is to engage with empathy instead of defensiveness. If you choose to respond, do so in a way that reflects your values rather than stooping to the aggressor's level. A calm, measured reply often diffuses tension and demonstrates maturity. Alternatively, recognize that silence can be a powerful response. Not every comment requires your energy or acknowledgement. By choosing not to engage, you affirm your inner peace as more important than the fleeting opinions of strangers. At the heart of this practice is detachment from external validation. The Stoics urge us to base our sense of worth on our actions and character, not the fluctuating opinions of others. By focusing on living with integrity and remaining aligned with your principles, you naturally gain resilience against online criticism. Over time, this mindset becomes a shield, allowing you to participate in digital spaces without being consumed by negativity. These techniques will help you stay grounded, confident, and centered when navigating the sometimes chaotic world of online interactions. Now, reflecting on memento mori in art and culture, we uncover a profound tradition that has transcended centuries and continues to inspire reflection on life's impermanence. The phrase memento mori, meaning remember you must die, has been a recurring theme in paintings, sculptures, literature, and rituals throughout history. From medieval Europe to the Renaissance, artists have used this concept to remind viewers of life's fragility and the inevitability of death, not to invoke fear, but to emphasize the importance of living with purpose and clarity. Picture the classic still life paintings featuring skulls, wilting flowers, or hourglasses. These symbols weren't just artistic flourishes, they served as visual prompts urging people to reflect on time's fleeting nature and the importance of preparing for what truly matters. In literature, renowned works often wove memento mori into their narratives. Think of Shakespeare's Hamlet holding Yorick's skull, a moment of profound reflection on mortality and the shared destiny of all humankind. Similarly, poetry from the Romantic era frequently embraced themes of death and transience to shed light on life's beauty and the urgency of cherishing the present moment. These artistic expressions have an enduring ability to move us, cutting through distractions and drawing us into deeper contemplation. Cultural traditions further cemented this practice. For example, Mexico's Day of the Dead is a vibrant and meaningful celebration where families honor their departed loved ones through altars, offerings, and storytelling. Far from being a somber occasion, it is a joyful reminder to live fully while acknowledging our inevitable fate. In a more personal sense, the Buddhist practice of meditating on death encourages individuals to embrace impermanence as a way to cultivate gratitude and mindfulness in everyday life. What makes these traditions so powerful is their shared intent, to shift our perspective from fear of death to an awareness of how finite time gives life its value. Today, we can draw inspiration from these artistic and cultural practices. Consider the objects or rituals you could incorporate into your life to keep this perspective close. Perhaps it's a simple token on your desk, like a pebble or watch, a daily moment of reflection, or even journaling about the things that truly matter. By embracing memento mori as seen through the lens of human creativity and cultural wisdom, you open the door to living with greater purpose, gratitude, and clarity. And as we delve deeper into these practices, let's uncover another timeless Stoic idea: the power of self-discipline in shaping a life of virtue. With the next phase of the journey in sight, let's explore the role of self-discipline in modern habits and how this timeless Stoic practice can help us take control of our lives. At its core, Stoic self-discipline is about mastering desires and impulses so that we can focus on what truly matters. In today's world, one of the biggest challenges to self-discipline is the constant pull of distractions, like endless scrolling on social media or the urge to procrastinate when faced with important tasks. These habits not only drain our time but also cloud our minds, making it harder to live intentionally and with purpose. Imagine setting out to accomplish a single task and finding yourself lost in a sea of notifications or cat videos instead. It happens to all of us, but the Stoics remind us that gaining control over these impulses is both possible and liberating. To begin, start small. For instance, if social media consumes hours of your day, consider setting strict time limits or designated times for checking your accounts. You could even take it further by practicing a social media detox for a day or a week, challenging yourself to focus on more fulfilling activities instead. Another example is procrastination, which often stems from fear of failure, overwhelm, or perfectionism. Stoic self-discipline teaches us to break tasks into smaller, manageable steps and focus on simply starting rather than worrying about perfect outcomes. The key is to take action, no matter how small, and build momentum from there. Here's a practical tip: create a daily schedule or set intentions the night before. Write down the top 3 things you want to accomplish the next day. By doing this, you give your mind a clear direction and reduce the tendency to drift aimlessly. Pair this with the Stoic idea of prioritizing what aligns with your values. Ask yourself if your actions are leading you toward the life you want to build. Over time, these small acts of discipline compound into lasting habits that bring clarity and peace. Ultimately, self-discipline is not about rigidly controlling every moment, but about freeing yourself from distractions that don't serve your higher goals. Each time you successfully resist an unproductive habit, you strengthen your ability to stay focused, and in doing so, you reclaim your time and energy for what truly matters. As we reflect on the transformative power of discipline, let's now turn to another vital Stoic practice: embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. With the next phase of the journey in sight, let's revisit the transformative power of focusing on what we can control, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy that truly sets the path to freedom. Imagine a difficult day at work where a colleague's criticism feels unwarranted or harsh. It's natural to feel hurt or defensive, but the Stoic mindset gently reminds us to pause and ask, what part of this situation is within my control? While you cannot control the opinions or words of others, you can absolutely control how you choose to respond. By addressing the situation calmly and professionally, you not only maintain your composure but also reinforce your sense of inner strength and resilience. Another example is navigating personal relationships where misunderstandings or disagreements can arise. Instead of fixating on changing someone else's behavior, which is beyond your control, consider focusing on your own actions, like expressing yourself clearly and listening with empathy. This shift not only reduces frustration but also opens the door to healthier, more constructive interactions. Similarly, in professional setbacks, such as being passed over for a promotion, it's easy to fall into a spiral of disappointment or self-doubt. Yet, the Stoics teach us to recognize that while the outcome may depend on factors outside your grasp, your preparation, effort, and the grace with which you handle the result are entirely up to you. Redirecting your energy toward improving your skills or seeking new opportunities can empower you to move forward with purpose rather than dwelling on what could not be influenced. Here's a simple exercise to bring this concept into your daily life. When faced with a challenge, take a moment to list out what you can and cannot control in the situation. Focus your energy exclusively on the first list, letting go of the rest. This practice not only brings clarity but also helps reduce unnecessary stress. The brilliance of this approach lies in its simplicity. By narrowing your focus to controllable factors, you free yourself from the emotional weight of trying to change the unchangeable. Each small act of letting go reinforces a sense of freedom and enables you to live more deliberately, grounded in what truly belongs to you, your actions, your thoughts, and your responses. And as this philosophy becomes second nature, you'll find yourself approaching life's hurdles with a newfound sense of peace and empowerment. Now turning to the next aspect of Stoic wisdom, let's explore how embracing challenges can transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. With the journey now drawing to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the 20 timeless Stoic practices we've explored together. From focusing on what we can control to practicing gratitude, embracing discomfort, and cultivating self-discipline, these principles are not just philosophical musings but practical tools designed to guide us toward a happier and more resilient life. Stoicism reminds us that the quality of our lives depends not on external circumstances but on how we choose to perceive and respond to them. By integrating these practices into our daily routine, whether it's through journaling, mindfulness, or embracing the love of fate, we build a foundation of inner peace that remains unshaken by life's storms. Each of these practices is a step toward living deliberately with virtue, purpose, and clarity, helping us navigate challenges with strength and celebrate joys with gratitude. As we conclude, remember that Stoicism isn't about being emotionless or indifferent. It's about finding balance, cultivating wisdom, and aligning your actions with your values. This ancient philosophy has stood the test of time because it speaks to the universal human desire for contentment and meaning in a chaotic world. It invites us to rise above our impulses, see the bigger picture, and focus on what truly matters. So, which Stoic practice will you start with today? Share your thoughts and how you plan to incorporate these principles into your life in the comments below. We'd love to hear your journey. And if you're inspired to continue exploring Stoicism and other ways to enrich your life, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Together, let's embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and move forward on this path toward a happier, more intentional life. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, take care and keep striving for your best self.